Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And I had so much fun in the last episode using Streamlined Superheroes to power my Star Wars board game that I will continue with my playtest and jump right back into the action. So back to Loola, Twi'lek Tech Wizard, and Nash Duncan, Smuggler, Scoundrel, and Flyer for Hire. We are in a region in the Outer Rim with our trusty transport, the Silver Angel, on the unremarkable dump planet of Maris. And we are at 0 renown. The off-camera enemy is at 1 renown. So we gotta do something about it. So we start a new round. Optional movement phase. We will not move, but then we have to resolve a planetary encounter. 19. I already had that. Yeah, the military lockdown. Reroll on a wretched hive. I'm not on a wretched hive. The military imperium has enforced a planet-wide lockdown and curfew. You can't take any planetary actions in this action phase. All right, so basically a wasted round. So while we are debating what we are doing, there's this news broadcast again that we heard here once before. Attention all citizens, this is the Imperial military speaking. Until further notice, you are confined to your starships and apartments. There's a planet-wide curfew in effect. Do not leave your homes. We are conducting an Imperial operation to root out local terrorists. And Nash goes, damn. I don't know what is going on here, but we should get the hell out of here. I mean, as soon as this curfew and lockdown is over, we should actually see that we can go elsewhere. Yeah, I agree with you. So, since we got the entire day to spend time on the ship, you got any idea what we could do? She tells me with a telling smile. And of course I have an idea what we do, but this is off camera, so let's see what the enemy does. During our time in the lockdown, does the enemy get a renown because it's the end of the round? No, luckily they don't. Okay. So next round, movement phase. I mean, this is an unremarkable dump. There is actually not much here, but I'll give it another try. So we stay because I don't want to leave without a job or a goal. Or something in the cargo hold. So another encounter, planetary encounter. 6. 6 is, a witness to a crime. You notice X+1 thugs in a side alley that are roughing up a helpless individual. You can choose to help the individual trying to intimidate the thugs. Succeed on a strength interaction check. And here a little game design note. So any skill can be combined with any attribute, and usually like interaction is like the social skill, and usually it is combined with charisma. But I figured if I want to intimidate someone with my physical appearance and my combat prowess, it is strength instead of charisma, using the interaction skill. All right, so on a success, the thugs flee and the individual thanks you and rewards you with 2d6 times 100 credits. If your effect die result was 6+, and we're talking about the intimidation check here now, you are rewarded with 3d6 times 100 credits. So here again, I'm looking for a way to incorporate the non-combat effect die result somehow into the encounter, and 6+ is a good result, so I'll get a higher reward. On a failure, fight the thugs, and they are X+1, so it would be 3, and they got +2 to attack, D6 effect die, and 8 HP each. And if I win, I am also rewarded with money. Okay, so little OOC thinking here. So RP wise, I should actually help this guy. Gameplay wise, I just healed myself up for 2,000 credits actually, because this is pretty expensive. And so any reward I would get would probably just compensate the hit point loss I'll probably get. But this is not how heroes work. So we will come to this civilian's aid. So we have a burly Gamorrean with an axe, and we have a cat-like female, let's just say it as a Qatar, and a Goatel, the Goatel Fringer, and we have a Goatel. Those are the 3 thugs that are roughing up a helpless individual, and the helpless individual is a Rhodian mercenary. And yeah. So again, I'm doing this sort of theater of mind, just using the minis here for a little scene setting. So just disregard the hex map here. I don't have enough room here so that you can see it all on the camera. Let me check. Yeah, that should be fine. So they got this Rhodian with his back against a corner, and those 2, they are roughing him up, and the Qatar woman, she is keeping an eye out. She's basically the lookout as we approach and see this scene. And let me get a few little tokens out here to mark who went, because I'm terrible keeping track of initiative actually. So what went down here now? Now it's gone. Oh, there it is, a pawn. I'll get it later. Okay, so I get my little cube thingies out here. Okay, those should suffice. And now I don't have to, because it's just abstracted, I don't have to worry about throwing over miniatures or anything. So it'll work fine. So we come across this scene here, and they're roughing this guy up. That all you got on you? There's got to be some more money someplace in all of those pockets you got on your vest. No, this is all, the Rhodian says. And the Gamorrean goes, and bam, smacks him, and he goes, and we just, Nash and Loola, we just exchange glances, look at each other, and just nod, and yeah, and try to intimidate these guys. So we both have strength 0, but Loola, she's got interaction D12. So and because if the effect die is 6+, we are rewarded more if we succeed. So she will do it. She will address these people, get a little closer, and I have my hand on my blaster hilt, and as we approach this Qatar woman, she hisses back to her companions, trouble brewing. And Loola, she goes, why don't you pick on someone your size? And uses her staff for a hopefully intimidating staff performance. So here we go, strength interaction, so it's +0, I need a 10. Yes, 13, that is a success, and 6+ on the effect die, which means they are intimidated and I get a higher reward. So she is making really an impressive display of her prowess with the combat staff. And I'm just standing there, and I, like in a Western, when they're about to shoot it out in a duel, I just take my coat and put the coat behind the hilt of my blaster so that they see my gun belt, and my hand just hovers over my blaster, and the Qatar woman, to her companions, he's not worth it. Another time. And then into our direction, we were to leave anyways. Let's go, boys. And they leave. And the Rhodian, thank you. What are these? What's up with these guys? I go, they're just a local street gang. Usually I avoid these guys, but I had some business in this area. But here, for your efforts. And he rewards us with 3d6 times 100. So that is 5, 9, 10, 11. So that is 1,100 credits. 1,100. So I'm at 2,400. Here, take these credits. And thank you. Don't know what would have done to me. Well, you should evaluate your business model. Maybe you should stick to safer areas of town. Yes, thank you. I'm leaving now. Yeah, you do that. And he leaves. Okay, so, nice. Some easy money on a little stroll. Yeah. All right, so now we're in the action phase, and Nash goes, so what do you say, Loola? Should I try to get us some illegal, delicate cargo? Or let's see if I can pick up a job that needs our talents. Why don't we try something else for a change? Why don't you see if you can get us a job? And I will see if I get some clues regarding the whereabouts, maybe of a wanted criminal. Let's also hunt a little bounty. Go on a little bounty hunt. You and your bounty hunts. But all right, they pay the bills. Yes, they do. So let's meet back here in an hour and compare notes. See what we could accomplish. Yeah, all right. All right, so planetary action phase. Nash is going first, and he tries to get a job from the criminal underworld. So that is the action: obtain a job from the criminal underworld. Succeed at a charisma streetwise check to make contact with the criminal underworld and get hired for an illegal job. And here the thing is, usually you roll randomly for the job type, but if my effect die again is 6+, so the result of my effect die, I can choose the job I want from the job list, which is a good thing. Yeah, and so regarding difficulty. So if I'm on a wretched hive of scum and villainy, which I'm not, the check is made with advantage to make contact with the underworld. And on a military blockade system, it is made with disadvantage. So that's the streamlined way to do it. DC is always 10. Okay, so yeah, charisma streetwise. My charisma is +2 and my streetwise is 10. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so the effect die is only a 1, which means I do not get to choose, but I rolled a 13, so I manage to obtain a job. And let's first determine the target system. 3, which is the trade hub world of Terrace, the city planet. And let's see what the job is. So let's go to the underworld jobs section and I roll a d8. 6. Ooh, that is a good one. That would be for Loola. All right, so 6. This is so fitting. So let's get this tablet here. 6 is the high stakes gambling tournament. You are hired by a wealthy benefactor to enter and gamble in a high stakes gambling tournament on their behalf. And the jobs are challenges, but they work a little differently. The jobs tell you, or the challenge description tells you the skill checks you need to make. You make them all in order. And if you fail, you just go to the next check. But when you make your final check, the hurdle points that every job has to be reduced to 0. And the skill checks, they thematically, hopefully, fit the job. So here we have Dexterity Thievery, which is like for palming cards. So a little false play is in order. Charisma Interaction, the usual gambling bluff skill. Intelligence Streetwise, to know all the dirty tricks of your competition. And again, Dexterity Thievery, again for palming cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 checks. I make these 4 checks. And by the end of the skill challenge, those hurdle points, they got to be at 0. Payment is 1,000 credits per hurdle point. So this is a 15,000 credit job. And renown is if you only have to make, or if you only get 3 checks, and of course the hurdle points are lower. You gain 1 renown, and everything over that, it's 3 renown, and there's 2 renown, and there's 1 job that gives you 3 renown. And regarding the hurdle points, I usually like the easier one. So here I got 3 checks. So I multiply this times 3. So that'll be 9 hurdle points. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 checks, and I multiplied times 3 as well. 3 times 4 is 12. So and here it is 15. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so here I multiplied by 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and then I round it down slightly. This is to gauge the difficulty, basically, of the jobs, assuming like an average effect die roll. However, you can also miss a check, but then you can also get lucky on the effect die roll. And this is the system that I want to play test. I haven't tried this out yet. So this is how the jobs work, but this is a fitting job for the Terrace system. So I'll accept that job. And so I'm approached by a guy, and he goes, "Aren't you traveling with this hot-looking green Twi'lek woman? Hey, watch your mouth. She's my girlfriend." Lucky you. Yeah, I've seen her. She's quite a gambler, so I hear. Well, some say so, I go, because you know why. Yeah, but what do you say? I can hook you up to compete in this upcoming big sabbacc tournament on Terrace. And if you do well, there's some money in it for you. Yeah, why not? That's something that Loola would like. Oh, her name is Loola, huh? Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, keep it to yourself, okay? Yeah, it's all right. So, are you in? Yeah, we're in. You can tell your employer we're in. So, Terrace, you say, yeah? Yeah, gambling tournament on Terrace. Okay, it's noted. All right, so we have job number 6 on number 3 Terrace. Okay, so and what you can do, of course, I figured I mark things on the map as a little reminder with different colored cubes, and for jobs I figured blue cubes are in order because of blue collar, but damn, I think they're in the other bag, so I'll just use this blue token. So I'll just mark Terrace here with a blue token, just as a little reminder that there's a job there to complete. And obviously then bounties will be marked with red. But I do not have a bounty yet, but let's get out a red cube already here. Okay, so that was the planetary action from Nash. And now the planetary action from Loola. She tries to get a bounty. All right, so and here we also have a nice mechanic. Locate a bounty target. Again, it's either a charisma streetwise or charisma interaction check. Choose one. If I succeed, I know where a wanted criminal is hiding. But here again, so in a bounty hunt, you determine the level of your quarry randomly when you encounter the quarry. However, if my effect die is 6 or higher, I can choose the level of the bounty. So if I want to go for a high-profile criminal, I do. And if I want an easy target for quick money and renown, I can also do that by choosing the level if I roll a 6 or higher on the effect die. All right, so that's Loola now. I'm using charisma and interaction because she doesn't have streetwise, but she's good talking to people. So let's check it. Oh, 17, but only 2 on the effect die, so we can't choose. It's a normal random bounty. Let's see where it is at. System number 10, which is, Kessel under military blockade. So who's hiding there? Maybe the Empire arrived and whatever the quarry is couldn't get out. All right, so I'm taking a red cube and I'm marking Kessel with a red cube here. But I also jot this down in my status log in case I gotta clear the table. So bounty on number 10, Kessel. All right, so after an hour, we compare notes, and Loola says, and how did it go? Well, actually not bad. It seems like you got a couple of fans already that got wind of your gaming skills or gambling skills. Oh, is that so? Why? Well, I got us into a high-stakes sabbacc tournament on Terrace. We got to compete for some wealthy guy, and if we do good, we get paid. But what if we don't do good? Well, they didn't say. All right, but I'm always up for a little gambling if I don't have to come up with the buy-in. Yeah, indeed. So the buy-in is covered, and we get our percentage of the winnings. Oh, that's great. But I also got good news. I made a few discrete inquiries, and there's, let's see, it's So even as female. Oh, female. There's this woman hiding out on Kessel. She's got a bounty on her head and a price on her head. And I think we should collect. I got some clues about her whereabouts. Okay. So, but the tournament, I think, is pretty time sensitive because it starts soon. So we should see that we can get to Terrace first. Yeah, I totally agree. And with the money we win from the tournament, we could get some gear maybe that we need. Or maybe we can get some more modifications for our ship. Okay, so let's get out of here. Okay, so the end of round. Roll for enemy renown. Lucky, 5, no. Whew. Quite a few rounds already without the enemy getting a renown. Alright, so movement phase. This time I want to move. I want to go to Terrace, and I'm depending on Lula's astrogation skills to get there. So we launch, and as we leave the atmosphere, Nash goes, damn, I'm glad that we leave this unremarkable dump of a planet behind us. Yeah, indeed, indeed. But I did enjoy the time with you when we were confined to quarters, she smiles. Yeah, likewise, I go. But enough of that. Let's work for a living for a change. Lula, work your magic. I'll try my best. All right, so it's an intelligence systems operation check. She's got intelligence 2 and the effect die is a D8. Come on, Lula. Yes, 16 and 4. And the effect die value then is added to the hyperspeed. And the hyperspeed is 1. I haven't modified it yet. But that still means I can move 5 spaces. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do not quite make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We make good distance or good speed to Terrace, but we have to roll for a deep space encounter as we don't arrive there in one round. 5. Deep space encounter number 5. Deep space encounter table number 5. A space pirate interdiction. I do not have any cargo that I could jettison. Okay, so space pirate interdiction. A pirate vessel has blocked this hyperspace route with a massive asteroid, generating a mass shadow, and moves to intercept and attack. You may try to evade them. Speed 7. Alright, that should be a piece of cake because I got speed 5. If you fail, you have to fight. Plus 2 bonus, D8 effect, hull 15. You can avoid combat by jettisoning 2 tons of legal or illegal cargo. In that case, the pirates break off the attack and scoop up the cargo. Alright, so I do not have any cargo. So actually I gotta probably fight. But let's do the evade first. So let's get out a pirate vessel here. So sadly I do not have a Gthrock miniature. So maybe I should get a token made. So that's the pirate vessel. Just for fluff, I'll track its points. All right, so evade maneuver. So again, so let's just add a little roleplay first. So the emergency kicks in, and there's this huge asteroid which I managed to dodge or evade or do evasive maneuvers, fly around, and I go. So Nash goes, you know what that means, Lula? Pirates, probably. So what do you need, Nash? She goes, should I man the gun right away or try to give you some more juice? I'll take the juice first, Lula. The juice. Yeah, all right. So she again tries an intelligence mechanics check, and if she succeeds, I get half the effect die value that I can subtract from the from the hurdle points. So, and the hurdle points are 10 plus minus x, x being the difference. My speed is 5. The pirate speed is 7. So the difference is 2. So that is actually 12 hurdle points. And I have 3 checks to get rid of these hurdle points. But first, Loola, she will do her thing and man the engineering station. So during an evade maneuver, int mechanics, and if successful, half the effect die result rounded down is subtracted from the hurdle points before I attempt the challenge. All right, so her intelligence is 2 and mechanics D10. Let's see how this goes. Oh, this is great. 14 and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I can already subtract 4 hurdle points, bringing the hurdle points to 8. And now I start my skill challenges. So she goes, this is all I can give you. And I noticed the Silver Angel got quite a bit of boosted power. And he goes, damn, what did you do, Loola? She handles like a breeze. All right, let's go. Piloting D12, and it is a dexterity piloting. Let's see. Dexterity plus 3. Oh no, it's a natural 1 and 4 effect, but that's nothing because I didn't pass. So that was the first check. I got 2 checks and still 8 hurdle points left and 2 checks left. Okay, so second check. Yes, 16 and 9 on the effect die, which brings the hurdle points down to 0 with the second check. So again, thanks to Loola's boost, the pirate, we managed to stay out of weapons range, and we are now far enough away from the asteroid to re-enter hyperspace. But end of round, I can take actions. I got to roll for enemy renown. All right, so this time the enemy gets a renown. So the enemy is at 2 renown and I'm still at 0. And remember, we're going to 6. So I got to make good now. I got to succeed at this job and the bounty. But first, new round movement phase. We still got 2 hexes to go. So I need Loola's astrogation skills as well. Intelligence systems operation. And of course, this time a 4, which means I do not get any extra movement. So I can only move 1 hex. So we are still not there yet and have to resolve a deep space encounter. Number 3. Deep space encounter table number 3. All right, the call for aid, that is the optional combat, the distress call, where a tramp freighter is under attack by a pirate vessel. Oh no, this is not the pirate vessel. This is again the repair thing where you have to dock and repair, where I got zapped last time. You know what? I'm going to skip this one because there are probably other vessels in the area because we're close to a trade hub and we are on the clock here to get to the tournament. So we ignore this encounter. So action phase, there are no actions. Again, roll for enemy renown. No! 1. Again, the enemy gets a renown. So the enemy is already at 3. We are at 0. So the enemy is already halfway to 6. All right, next round, movement. I don't need to roll because I always have 1. So we arrive at the Metropolitan Trade Hub, the planet-wide city, on the city planet of Terrace. to take part in the tournament. But before we can do that, we have to land. So again, there's a lot of space traffic here. So let's go to the system space encounters table first. Roll a d12. That's a 2. That's a TIE Fighter Patrol. Reroll in a Wretched Hive system. We are not in a Wretched Hive system. But we are not wanted because I do not have any illegal cargo and don't have any illegal gear, at least as far as I know. My handling, so in this system, if you have a stat boosted to +3, that is illegal for civilian vessels, but my handling is only +2. My damage is not boosted. I do not have illegal cargo, thankfully, because I didn't get any, because I used my actions otherwise. So I'm fine. So there are some TIE fighters approaching. And they instruct me to hold course, keep my velocity so that they can perform a close cargo bay scan. And I just use my most friendly voice and go, well, you're most welcome to scan us. As you can see, we are law-abiding Imperial citizens and we don't have anything to hide. And the TIE Fighter pilot goes, so this mechanical voice through the helmet, you can drop the sarcasm. Just keep your speed and vector. And I go to Loola, damn, was it that obvious? All right, so and they scan us, and once they're done, they fly off on their way. They don't even tell me that everything is in order. They probably assume that if they don't shoot at me, I would know that everything is in order. Okay, so we land. Let's see what the planet has in store for us. Planetary encounter, it's a d20. 8. Ooh, the cantina brawl. Alright, so while stopping for a drink at a local cantina, an all-out brawl breaks out and you are caught in the middle of it. You get swept up in a fist fight and have to fight X+1 local thugs. They have +3 attack, d6 effect die, and 5 hit points. You must use strength in this fight, and you can only use fists. So no effect die bonus unless you have combat gloves. So you can use fists or combat gloves during this fight. I do not have combat gloves. All right, so they're X+1, so they're 3. So we have a rough and tumble Trandoshan here. We have a Duros. And the third one is let's use a human. So this is the human, a Trandoshan, and a Duros. So we want to get ready for the tournament. We just stop for a drink at a local cantina. Suddenly, so we are, you know what? Let's just do a little Sharp Mountain game style here with the dominoes. I really like this. So just disregard the map. It's just the floor. And so this is the bar. So the bar goes, all right, so gotta get this, goes like this, and there's this Trandoshan here and this Duros here, and this guy, he just walks up to the bar, and so obviously there's no space and he doesn't want to go around, so he just grabs me roughly by the shoulder and drags me off the bar and just says, "Get out of my way, scum!" And I go, "Hey, buddy, watch it." "What did you say?" And then the fists start flying. So it's I go, you go. We go first. So this is the setup. So what did you say? And before he can say anything else, I smack him one. Like I said, I can only use fists. And this is strength. So this is still combat, but strength is 0, effect die is d6. Right, so and I got the human. I'm just using it for the hit points, the Trendo, and the Duros. And they all have, what did I say? 5 hit points. 5, 5, 5, and they attack plus 3d6. All right, so, and we are at full health, but our ship hull is not as damaged. All right, so I go, you go, Nash. Strength 0, combat d6. Combat d6 and strength 0. Let's go, Nash. Just need a 10. Come on, need a 10. Oh, it's a 20, but sadly there are no crits here. So, but that's 2 on the effect die. So I smack him one. So the human is at 3. And I have acted. Now I'm using this little cube. Now they go. So he just returns the favor. Plus 3d6. Damn, it's a 20 and 5 on the effect die. So he smacks me good. So I can not hear my jaw crack, but I feel it shift. So I'm at 15 HP. So this guy went. All right. Loola, she goes, "Hey, I need that mouth." And bam, smacks him one. Strength 0 as well, and combat d6. The same human that is at 3 HP. And that is a 14 and 3 on the effect die that takes him out. So she acted, bam, and smacked this human down to 0. So he goes down and out of the way. All right, now I've activated. Now the enemies go. The Trandoshan goes, "Hey, that was my buddy," and hits me. Plus 3 d6. Haha, only 1, but still, a hit is a hit. 14. I dodged most of it. I blocked, so it's just the impact from the block. So this guy acted, and now we only have the Duros, and he goes, "Hey, stay out of it," to Loola and hits her. But he stumbles almost across his own feet, but there are no critical fumbles in this system. He rolls a 1, so the thing goes wide, so he doesn't need a cube because the round is over now. I start the next round. I go, you go. All right, so this time Loola will go first and counterattack and goes, "Hey, stay out of it." And let's see. 4 and 1. So she is not really much better. So they go. Let's just stick with it. And he counterattacks. 11. That's a hit for 1. So Loola blocks and only a small bruise from the block. She's at 19 HP. Okay. So that was this guy. Now I go again. Let's see, we don't have anyone wounded yet, so I just shout over to Loola, "Are you okay there?" And she goes, "Yeah, I can handle this twerp." "Good, because I got my hands full." And then I'm hitting the Trandoshan. at least try to, because with a natural 1 and 2 on the effect die, I also fumble, but I catch my balance. The Trandoshan uses the opening, but 6 plus 3 is 9. That is not enough. Oh, and I actually forgot to add the plus 3, I think, but they were rolling so low, didn't make a difference. Okay, so the round is over. That was him. I think I forgot to add those plus 3 for them, but like I said, they were rolling so low. So Nash again. I go. Come on, Nash. 8. I don't add anything for Nash because strength is 0. That's a miss. Now the Trandoshan plus 3. 9 plus 3, that's a hit for 3. Bam! Nash is at 11. Those claws hurt. Okay, so we go. Loola attacking the Duros. Come on, Loola. Yes, 10, that's exactly what I need. And 2 on the effect die. The Duros is at 3. But now the Duros, he gets to go. Last activation of the round, so I don't need the cube. Plus 3. 17 and 6 on the effect die. Damn, so Loola is down to 13 HP. So he smacks her good. And now she goes, I might need a little help here. But Nash goes, yeah, but I got my hands full as well. Okay, so I go, new round. Nash. 3 and 1. Like I said, strength 0. So let's do this side. The Trandoshan plus 3. 14. Yes, that's a hit. And 4 points of damage. Nash is at 7. Another hit in the face. Okay, Loola. Let's see if I can take him out. Loola is acting. And she is attacking. Come on, Loola. Yes, 12 and 5. That's great. So, bam! So, I know only fists, but for the fluff, I'm not adding it to the effect die. She takes her staff and poof, into the kneecap and bam! In his face. Poof, he's out. All right, so everybody has acted. New round. Now we have the strength of numbers. I go, you go, Nash goes first. And attacks. 5 and 4. No! The Trandoshan. Weakling. Acts. 8 plus 3, I don't forget it this time, is 11. That's a hit for 3. Nash down to 4. His eye is swollen. But now Loola activates. Last one this round. Don't need a cube. And if I'm lucky, she takes him out. Don't hurt my boy, she goes. But with a 2 and a 1, it is as bad as it can get. Next round. I go, you go. Loola, she has to make up for it. She goes first. For this bad throw. Hopefully. Yes, look at this. 12 and 5. She just needed to find her balance and bam! Smacks this guy into the ground. So we go, damn, let's find a different cantina. Let's get out of here. You're bleeding. I know. Okay, those claws, I hope they're not, I don't get infected. Yeah, we need to clean that wound. So we quickly leave this little establishment here. And that was the encounter phase. Now, planetary action phase. We have money, 2,400. The thing is, if I'm reduced to 0 HP during a round, with either one character, whenever you're reduced with a character or both to 0 XP, you roll twice for enemy renown at the end of the round. And at the rate the enemy has gained renown, I can't really afford this, but I also can't really waste actions because I need renown. But then again, let's see. All right, do I have enough money? So this is so expensive, this healing thing. I could buy med packs, 500 a piece. Let's see how much would I get. I got 2,400. You know what? I'm risking it. I'm saving the money because I might need it to get renown, actually, to buy a fancy luxury item. So planetary actions, I want to do the job. So the first planetary action is attempt to complete a job. And Loola will attempt this. But during a job, all crew members are present, and you can decide which crew member does which check in the job. So it doesn't all have to be one crew member. So teamwork is king here, but for the purpose of the action economy, only one crew member has to take this planetary action. So Loola, because she is my gambling Twi'lek, she attempts to complete the job. It says completing a job requires you to complete a challenge as stated in the job description. If you successfully complete a job, you get the credits and renown stated in the job description. If you fail, you can try again in the next action phase if you want. So usually I had it that you lose the job, but when I play tested this with a couple of friends, like the system in general, they found it unsatisfactory if you had like a lucrative or a nice job and you just barely failed, that you would lose the job and had to do it all over again. But you would, because you still either lose a round where the enemy makes progress, or if you so we played the original Outer Rim, which is not cooperatively but competitive. So you could try again, but you would of course still give the other player a round to progress. So let's see how this goes. All right, so the job, the gambling tournament. So we make it in time to the tournament area. It is a nice little casino in the upper floors, upper areas of Terrace, in the upper levels of Terrace. And there's this big gaming table. There's Loola. Nash is keeping an eye on her, maybe to, like with thievery, pass her a thing or two. And they are a couple of patrons playing with her. And also another woman. And a Bothan. They are known for their trickery. So that's the sabbacc table. Nash is keeping an eye on Loola. And we start the challenge. So there are 15 hurdle points in this challenge. 15. And we just go through the checks. So the first check is a dexterity thievery. All right, so dexterity. Nash's got dexterity 3. So he'll try to slip Loola some beneficial sabbacc cards, but he does not have thievery, and if you don't have a skill, you just roll a d4 for the effect die, but none of them has thievery, so it is what it is. I hope that with my interaction of d12, I make up for it. Okay, so Loola, Nash, I gotta use Nash. Nash is doing thievery, the first check of the challenge in this tournament, trying to slip Loola a card. Yes, 19, but only 1, of course, on the effect die. So we are at 14 hurdle points. That was the first check. Now I gotta make ground, because now it's charisma interaction. That'll be Loola. So she has charisma +3 and interaction D12. So that's her thing. Please, Loola, please do it. And of course, I roll a 6 +3 is 9, so I do not make it, and I do not get my 10 on the effect die, which would have taken off a huge chunk of the hurdle points. See, this is what I mean, actually, how hard it is sometimes to get a 10, for Christ's sake. Okay, even with a +3 modifier. Damn. Okay, so, but I still have a good one. Intelligence streetwise. So streetwise is a D10 for Nash, but he only has 1 intelligence. But I gotta get the effect die. So while Loola is gambling, I'm keeping an eye out if anybody is trying to pull anything here. So D10 effect die, intelligence. Come on, Nash. 6 +1, no. Okay. So, okay, I think the last thing is thievery again, but I can't do it because just for the fluff, thievery, Nash, dexterity 3. 8, yeah, and 4, best thing I could get on, but doesn't matter, so I fail 10 hurdle points. All right, so that was the first action. I can't do the job, try to this job again in this action phase, only in the next, but I still have another planetary action. So let's just say it is a longer tournament, and there's a break now just in Casino Royale. So the first round didn't go that well, so we didn't complete the job, meaning I can try again, but I have to restart at 15 hurdle points. And of course there's this round shift, so the enemy also gets a chance again to gain a renown. But we still have Nash's planetary action, so we take a little break and let's see what he is doing. Is he doing anything? No, you know what? It wouldn't be fitting. I mean, I just skip his action. We are in this tournament now. So the round ends, the tournament round and the game round, and I roll for enemy renown. Please don't get a 1 or 2, please. 5. Whew. Okay, so we start the next round. Okay, so now I'm seeing the problem here, because I'm into this RP mode now where we're at this tournament, but I still have to go through the round structure. So maybe it is not such a good idea if you keep the job. Maybe, yeah, I think, because it's depending on what the job is. Yeah, no, it's not really fitting. I mean, because even if it's like, if you are in a break-in and you fail, it would mean like the alerts go off and everything. Yeah, so no, I'm going to change this. It's not really fitting. Yeah, it's not really fitting. So damn it, we don't succeed at the job, which means the tournament is over. The job we didn't do well, and we start a new round. I already rolled for the enemy renown, so there's no enemy renown. But now the new round with the optional movement phase, and I think since we actually we need to get some renown here now, and so we will head to this bounty thing. But I'm also not well. I need hit points, so I gotta stay here, because on a trade hub system you get a 10% discount, I think, also if you visit a doctor. Let me check. because you get a 10% discount on almost anything here. It doesn't state it here, but let's see in the world types. World types, trade hub. No, it only says while on a trade hub system, you get a 10% discount on all cargo, illegal cargo, gear, weapons, and ship modification purchases, as well as repairs, but not medical aid. Repairs is for ships. Okay. So, but I still need to get healed. All right, so I'm going to play one more round. You know what? I'm already at an hour. No. So I will start next episode with the next round with the movement phase. So I already rolled for renown. I'm enemies at 3. I'm still at 0. Depending how it goes with the bounty, I can get 2 renown depending on the bounty level. And if I have enough money, I could buy a fancy luxury item for 10,000 credits, which gives me a renown, but you can only do this once per game. It's like, you know this Nash Duncan character? Yeah, the one with the strange leather jacket. So basically this is like the reasoning behind this fancy luxury item. So I gotta stop now, and I thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, pick up Streamlined Superheroes. It is a beautiful system. I love how easy and fast it runs. It is a breeze. I'm enjoying the mechanics, as you maybe see. And yeah, I will see you hopefully in the next episode. Like, subscribe, do all this stuff. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Until the next episode. Bye-bye.